You ready? Okay. Can you scoot over just a little bit? I am too thick, and I'm going to fall off. And then I'm going to end up on YouTube. Thank you for serving me by scooting over. I find it unrealistic that sex should be saved for after marriage. Shouldn't we be sexually compatible?
Well, the scriptures tell us to be pure before marriage and keep the marriage bed pure. And what?
You're just so cute. I don't know. I kind of forgot we were doing an event. I'm sorry. I was just sort of, I apologize. Yeah.
What was the question?
I don't know. That was...
Okay. And do not awaken love before its time in Song of Solomon.
Yeah.
There's lots of scriptures that reference sexuality in keeping it in marriage. It's the safe place for sexuality because it's the most intimate thing you can do with someone. And to do that with someone that you're not in covenant with is dangerous. It's just not a safe thing. And God gives us those commands to protect us from putting ourselves in unsafe situations, both emotionally and physically. There's a lot of abuse in like couples that live together. There's a high percentage of abuse with couples that are sexually active living together. So God knows the best way. He created it the best way and wants that for us because it protects us emotionally and physically. And it's selfish to even want to take that from someone or participate in that from someone if you don't know that that's going to be your spouse someday.
And I would say, this dude's a porn head. This dude's a porn head. He's watched a lot of porn, and he's had other people via technology perform for him sexually. And he wants to take that same mind into marriage. Well, I want to see my wife in action, and I want to make sure that, she does what I like, and I want to make sure that I get what I want. First of all, are you a Christian? Because that's completely selfish and sinful. It's the height of arrogance and pride. It's assuming you're the world's greatest, most amazing lover, and you need somebody who's ready to do Cirque du Soleil for you. That was a good one. Number two, this is basically saying, I want to try on people sexually and see which one I like after I compare them with one another. I'll tell you what, everything looks different when you have a daughter. Right, dads? Right? If this guy came to my house and said, there's a number of women that I'm willing to explore sexually to see which one performs up to my standards, and congratulations, your daughter has made the list. I would take everything I've learned from watching CSI on how to hide a body. I would use it. That was good too. And thirdly, if you don't compare your spouse to others, how will you know if you're not compatible? We had friends in college. I was a new Christian and had been sexually active before marriage, and then God saved me and changed my mind. And I'll never forget this buddy of mine in college. He loved Jesus. He was a virgin. It was like, to me, that was like a unicorn. Like, I'd heard about them, but I have never seen one. I didn't know they were real. I thought these were mythical creatures. He had never kissed a girl, and he was engaged to be married. And I remember he gave a lecture in like one of our classes defending purity before marriage and chastity in marriage. And he said, "No, I'm not going to kiss any woman until I kiss my wife when I say I do on the altar. And I thought, that's amazing. Man, and now as a dad, I'm like, I hope he had sons because I want him to meet my daughter. You know, like, I want her to marry somebody who cherishes and honors her like that and isn't treating my daughter like, some athlete in a competition to perform for a judge. And then some frat guy raised his hand and joked and said, well, how do you know if she's any good? And his answer, my buddy's answer was, how will I know if she's bad? It's like, yeah, good point. I have never had a piece of cake. This is my first piece of cake. Seems like a good cake. It's better than the cake I wasn't eating. This was good too. Yeah. Thanks, babe.